On Thursday at noon, June 12th, 1986, I was sitting in a doctor's office. The doctor told me, "You have testicular cancer. You need a radical orchiectomy of the left testicle." The left. And I said, well, what does that entail? He said, well, it could be this oma, that oma, another oma I can't pronounce, and seminoma. That one I remember. The seminoma, he said, we're really disappointed if we don't have a 95% survival rate after 5 years. And I remember thinking, that's 1 in 20. I wouldn't cross the road if someone told me, you have a 1 in 20 chance of crossing the street and getting killed. I said, no, there's no way I'm going to do that. But he said, that's the one we want. That's the one we really want, the seminoma. I said, okay, fine. He said, it's got to come out right away. This is Thursday. I said, well, there's something that's complicating this right now. And he said, what's that? I said, as we speak, my wife is in labor. He said, well, you'll be in the hospital together. And I said, nope. She'll be in Lancaster. I'll be in York. He said, well, regardless, it's got to come out. And he said, Monday or Tuesday. I said, okay, Monday. He said, all right, you got to come in tomorrow morning at the hospital, do paperwork, and a couple tests, and then we'll go from there. See you Monday morning. I said, okay, fine. Nature took its course. I came home, told my wife, I have cancer, and I honestly can't remember how she reacted to that. She was in labor, and by that night, 10:22 that night, our son was born. So I made the phone calls that night. You're an aunt, you're an uncle, you're a grandma, you're a grandpa, and everybody was happy. The next morning, I made a phone call, talked with my dad. I said, Dad, there's another problem. I said, what's that? I have cancer. I said, we're going to need help next week, Dad. I'm going to be having an operation on Monday. I said, okay, we'll take care of it. Click. My dad's a take charge kind of guy. He's going to get her done. So went to the hospital, do the tests and everything, chatted with, and I bumped into somebody I knew, a healthcare professional. And she said, oh, Meg had the baby. Did she have the baby? I said, no, it's another issue. She said, oh my gosh. So she asked me some questions. She said, who's your doctor? I told her the doctor's name. She said, he's a really good doctor, but he has no bedside manner. I said, okay, I can live with that. So, following day, the mothers-in-law show up, take charge. Monday, my mother takes me to the hospital. I have my operation, wake up, and there's the doctor with no bedside manner at my bedside. And he said, told me in very clinical detail as to exactly what he did. And he said, and I called up your wife, and I told her the very same thing, and she didn't take it too well. She cried. I said, do you think? But I didn't say that. I said, oh, really? And so I spent the night in the hospital. My mother picked me up the next day. We drove to Lancaster, picked up my wife and lovely baby boy. A month later, radiation treatment for about another month. And blood work, chest x-rays, all clear. But then blood work, chest x-rays for another 15 years after that or so. I'm healthy. I'm a cancer survivor now. Started running marathons, running long distances, lifting weights for the last 2.5 years. My wife and I have been doing CrossFit. And the thing I learned from all this is life is short. Do what you can to take care of yourself, take care of the relationships you have with your family and your loved ones. Do the small things with great love, like Mother Teresa said. And you don't need to have cancer if you take that all to heart.